Hello everyone, welcome to September's Testing Hot New Makeup video. This is the video where I apply a full face of the latest makeup releases. So today I'm going to show you how I achieved this look, once again using some of the newest products to hit the beauty market. Some of them are very new, some of them have been out for a couple of weeks, and unless otherwise specified, I have purchased every item with my own money. There's only one product in this video that I did receive in PR. So why don't I zoom you in and we will get started. Okay, I've already applied my moisturizer and my sunscreen, which I will have listed down below in the description box. So for foundation, I am using the new Makeup Revolution IRL Filter Longwear Foundation. This has been out for, I think maybe 3 to 4 weeks now. I did purchase it about 2 weeks ago and I've just been holding on to it, waiting to film this video. I have heard that it is very full coverage. It also has very mixed reviews. So this should be interesting. I will definitely post an update at the end of the day. I'll put a caption on the screen letting you know how the overall makeup look held up after 8-10 hours. I also have a new concealer I'll be testing as well. So look for that update at the end of the video and a caption. So I got the shade F8 because when I swatched the testers, they all looked very, very light. So I'm hoping this is a good color for me. I have not used self tanner in a couple of days, so I might have to blend it down my neck. I'm going to use a damp beauty blender to apply this because when I did swatch it, it did feel very thick. And in my experience, a damp beauty blender will shear out a little bit a thicker foundation. So I'm going to put a pump, well, it's sort of like a half a pump on one side of my face. The color looks okay. I usually go for something that has a little bit more yellow in it, simply because I like to counteract the redness, but this is actually looking pretty good. Oh yeah, it's definitely a little dark. A little dark. It's blending out really nicely. The coverage is really good. And if you noticed, I did not use a primer. I'm sure you noticed. I did not use a primer simply because when I'm testing a foundation, I want to see how it performs without one. You can still see my pores. I think I would try a pore smoothing primer underneath this, but I don't feel like it's accentuating them. I really like how this is blending out. It's very nice. And yes, the shade is a little bit dark, but it's not horrible. I've definitely done worse on picking out a foundation without actually testing it on my face. This is a really, really good coverage foundation. And this foundation is supposed to give your skin a filtered effect. It claims to be a breathable, soft matte, and that it is. It's definitely not a flat matte. It is, as described, a soft matte. I'm going to put a little bit more just right here. Okay, well, so far we are off to a good start. Next up is the new Milk Makeup Concealer. This is called Future Fluid All Over Cream Concealer. I think the packaging is very cute. I like the applicator. And my dark circles are pretty bad today. Actually, before I do this, I do want to apply a little shadow primer. I'm just using my go-to P. Louise shadow primer. I have been testing out all of my shadows without shadow primer lately, and they just don't work. I am one of those people that absolutely needs an eyeshadow primer. Otherwise, the shadows just don't last. And I have tried everything from Drugstore shadows to Pat McGrath, Natasha Denona, and if I don't use a primer, an eyeshadow primer, by the end of the day, the pigment is pretty much gone. Anyway, back to the concealer. I am going to apply it right here and right here. I probably should have applied it to my hand first now that I think about it, because I don't know yet how spreadable this is. I may have used way too much. So I'm patting it in. All right, the shade might be a little light for me. I'm gonna add a little bit more here. The coverage is good, but I think I may need a darker shade. Although this is giving me a very eye brightening, under eye brightening effect. And I did apply a good amount, meaning the right amount. I think this is just one little swipe right through here is perfect because it is very blendable. And you always want to start off with less than you need and add more instead of having to blend out a ton of concealer. So I am going to add a little bit more right here and right here. I like the consistency of this. I've tested a lot of concealers lately and it is on the thicker side, but it's not so thick where I think it's going to settle horribly into that little line underneath there, which I'm going to take my fingers and sort of pat out. Now, in case you missed it, I did recently post a video ranking 5 of the newest concealers. The Kulfi, the Charlotte Tilbury, the new one from CoverGirl, the new one from Huda Beauty. So if you're interested in seeing that, I will have a link to that video down below in the description box. So foundation and concealer are done, but I feel like I didn't tell you enough about this concealer. So before we move on, I'm just going to give you a little bit of information on it. It claims to be a multi-use, medium to full coverage concealer that covers, sculpts, and hydrates for a lightweight, crease-proof natural finish. Again, medium coverage, natural finish, liquid formula. It contains hyaluronic acid that hydrates and visibly smooths. It contains something called Defensal and Revival, support and protect the skin's barrier. It also contains caffeine, aloe vera, and arnica. It visibly brightens and smooths. So I do not have a new contour product or bronzer, so I'm just going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer and do a little bit of contouring very quickly. I will probably fast forward you through this part. I'm also going to set the contour with a little powder bronzer. This one is from Gucci. Now I'm going to set my under eyes and face with this powder from Ciate. It is called Everyday Vacay. They just sent this to me in a PR package, but when I looked online, I noticed that it doesn't appear to be new, but it's new to me. And it has really good reviews, so I am anxious to try it. So I'm going to take a fluffy powder brush. This is from the Morphe Makeup by Ariel collection. And I'm going to set my face. Ooh, it smells good. It smells like suntan lotion. I know not everybody likes that, but I do. It definitely has a blurring effect. I was noticing a little bit of texture coming through on my T-zone. So much for a filter, or for a filtered effect. And this has really smoothed it out. Oh, I just love the smell of this. It's not an overpowering coconut smell. This is nice. I don't really use many Ciate products, but I might now. So I don't really have a new product for my brows or a really new product for my brows, just another new to me product that I picked up during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. It was one of the daily deals. This is the Too Faced Superfine Brow Detailer in Taupe. So I will be filling in my brows with this. But first I'm going to use this e.l.f. Brow Lift. I just bought this for another video that I think will have already been posted by the time this video goes up. And I actually like it better than the Anastasia Beverly Hills clear brow lift that looks just like this. So I'm gonna let this sit for a couple seconds, maybe 30 seconds. Then I'm going to sort of laminate them with the side of this brush and fill in with this pencil. Okay, I think the brows are looking pretty good. Now I'm excited to try this shadow block from Maybelline. This comes in I think about 5 other color combos, and I went to several stores and most of them were sold out everywhere I went. So obviously I'm a little late to trying these, and people must really like them because yeah, they seem to be sold out in many places, at least around here. Of course, I didn't bring my glasses, so I don't even know what color combo I got. So I'm going to take a picture and zoom in. It says Shadow Blocks, West 4th and Perry Street, stacked eyeshadow palette, matte shades. Okay, so this has a medium matte shade, which I think I'm going to use as my transition shade, and then a shimmery sort of mauvey brown, and then a rich chocolate brown on the bottom. Oh, there's a lot of kick up. Let's see how pigmented this is. Just gonna run that right through my crease. Oh, okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, there's just a lot of kick up when you touch the pan, but it's not a big deal. There doesn't seem to be a lot of fallout, which is good. So I'm just blending that up through my crease. As you can see, I have hooded eyes, so I do take the transition color up a little bit higher, and I apply it first with my eyes open, and then I sort of pick my chin up and blend out. So you do have to go in quite a few times. I feel like for some reason it felt more pigmented on this eye. It's not bad. However, I can't really see it showing up well on anyone with darker skin. I'm gonna go in with the darkest shade and then put the shimmer on top of that. So I'm going to use this flat brush. I may regret this, but we're doing it anyway. I'm packing that on the lid. This is a really pretty color. It's more like a, I thought it was a chocolatey brown, but it's more like a chocolatey plummy brown. Okay, so I'm gonna put that all over. The shadow itself feels soft, and I think it's a flattering shade for my eye color. I'm also going to take this short brush from the Morphe Makeup by Ariel collection and run it along the lower lash lines as well. So we are going to do somewhat of a smoky look today. So I'm running that all along my lower lash lines. And then I'm going to do sort of a reverse winged liner and bring it up from the outer corner of my eye. And then sort of blend it out into a V. Blend it out towards my temples. I'm just sort of feathering out the edges. Okay, now I'm going to do the same on the other eye. Now using my finger, I'm going into the shimmer shade and placing that right on my lid. It's not wowing me. Actually, I may have spoke too soon. The more I build it, the nicer it looks. And to be honest with you, I have Charlotte Tilbury quads with a shimmer shade in them that I need to build up in the same way. So I guess it could be a good thing if you like having the option of just a slight shimmer or full on. Now before I do eyeliner, I am going to sort of clean up the brows and the outer edges of the eyeshadow. So I just take a little concealer and run it under here. And then I'm also taking some right under here, just to give it a crisper appearance. I know this is not everyone's taste, but I like the lifted effect it has. I do feel like the inner corner of my eye needs a little bit more lightness. So I'm going to take a little bit of this concealer. By the way, this is a pot concealer from Eve Pearl. I'm just going to pat that in. I don't know, I just feel like it's still quite dark in here, even though the Milk concealer was pretty light. All right, now I'm going to take that first brush I used and put my chin up and blend everything out so there's no harsh lines. Up next is this new Stila Stay All Day Matte Liquid Eyeliner. I have been using the other Stila Stay All Day Liquid Liner for years, and I mean probably 15 years. And it's been one of my favorites very consistently. And I was surprised to see this new matte version on display. And of course I had to try it, even though I hate applying winged eyeliner on camera. But let's do this. I'm gonna shake up the pen and I'm going to not speak while doing this. As you can see, I'm doing the wing first. As you can see, I'm taking the liner all the way across my lash line, inner corner to outer corner. I do really like the matte finish of this. Ooh, I really like this. I like this a lot. Loving this. Now I'm going to curl my lashes and I'm going to try out, well, let me be honest, I have already tried this mascara, this Tower 28 mascara. It is new. It is called the MakeWaves mascara. I have seen so many good reviews of this mascara. I had to get it and I had to try it immediately because the results people were getting were absolutely unbelievable. I am always skeptical when I see these dramatic mascara results because I have such fine, sparse, short blonde lashes. I never get that effect. I never see the results that other people see with mascaras, but the hype is kind of real with this one. So I'm just curling my lashes with a rougher eyelash curler, tight lining with my L'Oreal Voluminous Smoldering Eyeliner. Applying the Tower 28 mascara, I'll do one eye and then show you the difference. So I am just shocked by the amount of volume and length I can get with just 2 coats. There's no clumps. I'm using the shade Jet, which is a rich, intense black. This formula does not pull out the curl. Okay, getting back to the face, I am trying one of the new Gucci blushes. This launched about 2 weeks ago. These launched about 2 weeks ago. And I picked up the shade Radiant Pink. The packaging is quite luxe, as you would expect from a Gucci product. I thought there were black marks on here, but it's just the arrows to pull off the plastic on the mirror. Once again, this is Radiant Pink. I'm going in with my angled blush brush, swirling around and patting this on my cheeks. Ooh. Ooh. What a great color. This is such a me blush shade. It is a radiant pink. It has a little bit of peachiness to it, I think. Maybe like a corally pink. It's very pigmented, but it's not like crazy pigmented. I'm building it up because I love a lot of blush. Okay, and I think it's radiant enough that I don't really need a highlighter. I don't have a new one to show anyway, so let's move on to lips. I am going to begin by using the new Natasha Denona I Need a Nude Crayon from the My Dream collection that launched about a week ago. And as described, it is just a very nice nude. Hopefully it goes with the lipstick I purchased. This is new from Stila. It is a long wear. It's called Stay All Day Matte Lip Color. And this is the shade Sun Kissed. I swatched them all at Ulta, and this is the one that seemed the most up my alley. This is the packaging. It's very small and sleek, great for an evening bag. Here goes nothing. I'm always a little bit nervous about trying long wearing matte lipsticks because they always, well, not always, but they have a tendency to be very drying. It's sort of skipping. It's not dry feeling, but it's not that easy to apply. It doesn't glide on the lips. And I don't really want to put it up any higher because I don't want it to break off. I like the look and I like the color. And it actually does go really well with the lip pencil. Okay, so it's not a deal breaker, but it definitely doesn't glide on. And it does not feel as dry as the new Dior does to me. Okay, I'm gonna give that a couple of seconds to dry down and then I'm going to do the kiss test. I'm not leaving it like this though because I do have a new Buxom full-on lip polish that I want to try. This is called Mia Marshmallow and it looked so pretty, although this one doesn't look so pretty. It looks like there's a big gap in there, but if I just do that. It appeared to be a sparkly, clear gloss with a hint of pink. All right, I think that's enough time, so let's try the kiss test. Nothing. What you might be seeing here are the remnants of all the lip liners I tried when I was at Ulta. Okay, let's do this one more time. I don't know if the camera is focusing, but I can see a little bit right there. But not bad at all. But we're gonna go in with the gloss. I love me a Buxom lip gloss. And now the color is coming off on the wand of this, so I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand and now apply it. There we go. I'm loving this lip combo. Okay, the look is pretty much complete. And while I do think that where did it go? The Tower 28 mascara gives me plenty of length and volume, I did pick up some lashes. These are the Ardell Eco Lashes, number 453. They just looked very natural, great for every day, just to add a little bit of oomph, maybe on the outer corners. So I'm going to trim these, put them on, go fix my hair, put on a different top, something other than my robe, and come back and give you my final thoughts or my final first impressions of everything I've tried. All right, I'm really liking the completed look. Here's some iPhone footage of the foundation about an hour or so after the makeup was applied. I think it looks nice. The foundation has oxidized quite a bit since it was applied. I feel like it's gotten much warmer. I see a lot more of these golden orangey tones coming out, but when I'm on camera and when I take photographs, I don't see that coming across in the photos, or I don't think even if you saw me in person, you would think that my foundation was off, but it is a little bit more golden than it was when it was first applied. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, I will have a caption right here on the screen telling you how I felt about it at the end of the day. I want to try it again with a primer underneath it because in my opinion, it doesn't have the most smoothing effect on pores, but the powder from Ciate did make a significant difference. I feel like as soon as I applied this powder, everything sort of came together and then I looked like I had a filter IRL in real life. Ultimately, I did end up liking the eyeshadow look. I don't think these are anything amazing. I'm not wowed by this whatsoever. I 100% feel like there are better drugstore eyeshadows out there, even within the Maybelline brand. The Milk Makeup Concealer, once again, I will have a caption right here on the screen letting you know how I felt about it at the end of the day. But as of now, I feel like it does give very nice, well, actually, I think the coverage could be slightly better. If you have really dark circles, you might want to use a corrector underneath this first. I like the texture. I like the way it looks. I really feel like it has a very natural appearance under my eyes, and it did give me some moderate coverage. I am going to try it again with a corrector underneath myself. And then the Stila Stay All Day Matte Liquid Eyeliner. I am loving this. To be honest with you, I never really paid attention to whether the finish of the liquid eyeliner was matte or glossy. But now that I've used an actual matte liquid liner, I can see the difference and I really like it. I did put on the Ardell lashes that are so natural, you almost can't tell that I'm wearing them, but they did what I wanted them to do, which was just give my eyes a little bit extra oomph. Even though the Tower 28 mascara does do a very good job on its own, I just couldn't help myself. I had to try the lashes as well. The Gucci blush in Radiant Pink. This is definitely a winner. I love how it applied. I love the pigmentation. I love the color, the finish, everything about this. If I were going to do a ranking my top 10 blushes right now, this would probably be in the top 5. And then finally we have the lip combo. What can I say? This is a typical Risa-esque lip combo. I didn't love the way the, where did it go? Oh, here it is. I didn't love the way this applied. It sort of skipped as I was trying to put it on. So I'll have to update you on that. The lip liner from Natasha Denona is a great mauvey pink nude if that's what you're looking for. It is very long lasting. I had swatched it on my hand and it took a lot of effort to remove it. And then the Buxom gloss in this new shade, Mia Marshmallow. What can I say besides I am a sucker for a new Buxom lip gloss. They are some of my favorites. I love the way they feel, I love the shine, and I do find that they are one of the more long-lasting lip glosses on the market. All right, that concludes my testing new makeup releases for September 2022. As always, all of the products will be listed and linked down below in the description box, as will the video I mentioned, the ranking new concealers, and then there was something else I said I would link. And I can't remember what it was, but when I go to edit this video, I will be reminded and I will make sure that whatever it was I promised you would be in the description box will be in the description box. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please do hit that subscribe button. I do upload new content at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on Instagram and on TikTok under the same username, Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.